Most men believe compliments are about approval. They think desire is created by making a woman feel comfortable, safe, admired. That's the lie. Desire doesn't grow from comfort. It grows from contrast, from tension, from the feeling that she is being seen, but not fully owned. The compliments you're about to hear aren't sweet. They aren't polite. And they aren't designed to impress. They're designed to shift the power dynamic. When spoken calmly, without neediness, they flip attraction on its head. Let's begin. You're not like most women, and I don't say that easily. This works because it isn't praise. It's an evaluation. You're not trying to convince her of her value. You're communicating that you decide what stands out to you. Her mind instantly fills the gap. What makes her different? What did she do to earn that statement? The key is restraint. No explanation, no reassurance. You say it, and you let her curiosity do the work. I noticed something about you that most people miss. Women are constantly noticed. Their looks, their body, their presence. But very few men signal depth in their attention. This compliment implies awareness. It suggests emotional intelligence without saying it out loud. And here's the real power move. You don't explain immediately. When you delay the explanation, her brain leans in. She wants to know what you saw. And when someone wants to know what you think, desire has already started. You're attractive. But that's not what caught my attention. Most men stop at physical attraction. That's why they blend together. This compliment separates you instantly. It tells her you're not ruled by impulse, that you're selective, that you're capable of restraint. Women don't desire men who are overwhelmed by beauty. They desire men who can observe beauty without losing control. That calm confidence is rare, and rarity creates attraction. I like the way you think. It's a little dangerous. This compliment creates intrigue without flattery. Calling her thinking dangerous suggests independence, unpredictability, depth. It frames her as someone who doesn't follow the script, and subconsciously, it challenges her. She wants to live up to that identity. When a man names a trait that feels slightly risky, she leans into it. You surprise me. That's it. No follow-up, no explanation. This compliment is powerful because it suggests unpredictability in her. And when a woman feels she can still surprise you, she feels alive in your presence. You're not bored. You're not impressed too easily. You're engaged. And engagement without need is magnetic. You're calm, but I can tell there's intensity under that. This line works on multiple levels. It acknowledges her surface energy while hinting at something deeper. It tells her you're perceptive, and it subtly sexualizes without being explicit. Intensity is attractive, especially when it's contained. This compliment doesn't chase, it observes. And observation is power. I don't give compliments often, but when I do, I mean them. This isn't about her, it's about you. You're establishing a frame. You're saying your approval is rare. Your words have weight. And suddenly, your next compliment matters more. Before you even say it, scarcity creates value. Always has. Here's the truth most men never realize. The words themselves don't create desire. The energy behind them does. If you say these compliments hoping for a reaction, they fail. If you say them calmly, grounded, unattached, they land. Because desire isn't about what you give. It's about what you don't rush to offer. And this is only the surface. There's another layer. Compliments that create obsession, that anchor emotional memory, that make a woman think about you long after the conversation ends. But that's a different level entirely. If the first layer of attraction is curiosity, the second layer is emotional imprinting. This is where most men fail. They manage to get attention, but they don't know how to stay in her mind. The compliments in this level don't excite her in the moment only. They echo later, when she's alone, when nothing is happening. That's when desire becomes personal. There's something about you that makes people open up, even when they don't plan to. This compliment does something dangerous. It gives her an identity. You're not complimenting what she does. You're complimenting what she causes in others. That positions her as emotionally powerful. And when someone feels emotionally powerful around you, they associate that power with you. She'll feel closer to you without understanding why. I don't feel like I need to impress you. This line flips the script completely. Most men spend their time trying to perform, trying to entertain, trying to prove worth. This compliment says the opposite. It tells her you're relaxed, centered, comfortable in silence. And here's the paradox. When you don't try to impress, you become impressive. She feels safe, but not bored, calm, but alert. That emotional mix is rare. You're different when you're not trying. This one hits deep. It subtly implies that her natural state is more attractive than her performed one. Women are used to being evaluated when they try. Looks, makeup, effort. This compliment praises her unfiltered self. And once someone feels attractive without effort, they want to stay in that space with you. I trust your instincts. This is not a soft compliment. It's a leadership handoff. You're saying her inner voice is reliable, that you respect her judgment. But notice, you're not asking for approval. You're granting validation from a place of stability. Trust creates emotional bonding faster than praise. And bonding is where desire matures. You make silence feel comfortable. Most men are terrified of silence. They fill it with jokes, explanations, nervous energy. This compliment reframes silence as intimacy. It tells her that being with you doesn't require performance. No masks, no pressure. When silence becomes connection, presence becomes addictive. There's a confidence in you that doesn't need attention. This compliment separates her from the crowd instantly. It praises restraint, inner strength, self-possession, and psychologically, it challenges her to stay that way. When someone names a quiet power in us, we unconsciously protect it, and we protect what we don't want to lose. I like the version of you that doesn't explain herself. This is subtle and lethal. It tells her you don't need justification. You don't require over-communication. You're comfortable with ambiguity. That signals emotional maturity and dominance at the same time. And dominance without aggression is deeply attractive. Here's what's really happening beneath all of this. These compliments don't chase desire. They invite it. They don't demand attention. They create gravity. Because attraction isn't built by saying more. It's built by leaving space. Space for her thoughts. Space for her curiosity. Space for her emotions to attach meaning to you. And that meaning grows quietly. Most men never reach this level because they rush the outcome. They want confirmation, reactions, proof. But the men who understand this psychology don't ask for desire. They let it form. And there's still one more layer. The kind of compliments that don't just create attraction, but create emotional dependency without manipulation. That's where things get misunderstood and dangerously powerful. We'll go there next. At this stage, attraction is no longer about excitement. It's about association. This is where desire stops being something she feels toward you and starts being something she feels around you. The goal here isn't intensity, it's imprint. Because people forget words. They forget compliments. But they never forget how someone made them feel about themselves. You bring out a side of me I don't show often. This compliment reverses the direction of validation. Instead of praising her directly, you reveal vulnerability. Controlled, grounded vulnerability. You're saying she has influence, but you're not asking for care or reassurance. This creates intimacy without weakness. When someone feels they unlock something rare in you, they feel chosen. And feeling chosen creates emotional gravity. I feel more like myself when I'm around you. This is not romance. This is identity bonding. You're associating her presence with authenticity, with alignment, with ease. The human brain is wired to seek environments where it feels real and accepted. Once she links that feeling to you, your absence becomes noticeable, not painful, not dramatic, just missing. You don't drain energy, you add to it. Most people are exhausting. They demand attention, validation, reaction. This compliment positions her as restorative. It tells her she doesn't have to perform. She doesn't have to impress. She can be. And once someone feels emotionally replenished around you, they return instinctively. I respect the way you handle things when no one's watching. This line does something powerful. It shifts attraction from appearance to character. You're complimenting her private self, the version that exists without applause. That tells her you see deeper than social masks, and being seen at that level creates trust. Trust deepens desire. You make things feel simpler, not easier. Simpler, this suggests clarity, grounding, emotional stability. In a world full of chaos, simplicity feels like relief, and relief becomes attachment. People cling to what calms them. I don't feel rushed with you. Time pressure kills attraction. Urgency creates anxiety. This compliment frames your connection as unhurried. It tells her there's no agenda, no push, no extraction. Paradoxically, when you remove pressure, desire moves forward on its own. There's strength in how you stay composed. This compliment highlights self-control, and self-control is magnetic. It implies emotional maturity, inner discipline, depth. You're not praising loud confidence. You're praising contained power. That kind of recognition sticks. Here's what's really happening now. You're no longer triggering excitement. You're creating emotional anchoring. She begins to associate calm with you, clarity with you, authenticity with you. And once that association forms, attraction becomes less about chemistry and more about preference. She doesn't just want you, she chooses you. And that choice feels natural, not forced. Most men never reach this stage because they confuse attraction with stimulation. They try to be impressive, entertaining, constant, but real desire doesn't need noise. It needs presence, consistency, depth. And there's still another level, a level where attraction becomes loyalty, where desire turns into emotional commitment, not through promises but through experience. That's where most dynamics either stabilize or collapse. At this level, attraction is no longer fragile. It doesn't depend on excitement, mystery, or constant stimulation. It depends on structure. This is where most connections fail, not because desire disappears, but because polarity collapses. Desire needs contrast, stability without rigidity, presence without pressure. The compliments at this level don't ignite attraction. They contain it. They turn desire into loyalty. I feel grounded around you. This compliment is powerful because it speaks to nervous system alignment. You're telling her your body relaxes in her presence, that your thoughts slow down. This creates a subtle responsibility in her psyche. People protect what stabilizes others, and stability is rare. You don't create chaos, you reduce it. This is an adult compliment. It frames her as emotionally regulated, centered, self-aware. You're not praising drama or intensity. You're praising calm strength, and calm strength is deeply attractive in long-term dynamics. I trust how you move through the world. Trust is the highest form of attraction. This compliment signals respect without submission, confidence without dominance. It tells her you believe in her decisions without handing over control. That balance maintains polarity. You're consistent, and that matters to me. Consistency is often overlooked because it's quiet, but desire doesn't survive unpredictability forever. This compliment rewards reliability without turning it into obligation. You're saying you notice patterns, not moments, and people rise to identities that are acknowledged. I don't feel the need to test you. This line removes games. It communicates emotional security without dependence. You're saying you don't need reassurance. You don't provoke reactions. That creates a space where loyalty can grow naturally. You don't try to be anything. And that's your strength. This compliment affirms authenticity. It tells her she doesn't need to perform a role to keep your interest. When performance ends, connection deepens, and depth sustains desire longer than excitement ever could. I respect how you hold your boundaries. Boundaries create polarity. This compliment recognizes her autonomy, not her availability. You're not rewarding compliance. You're rewarding self-respect, and self-respect is contagious. Here's the truth about loyalty. It isn't created by intensity. It's created by emotional safety without emotional stagnation. When a woman feels calm, respected, seen, and chosen without feeling owned or controlled, desire stabilizes, and stable desire is powerful because it doesn't need proof. It doesn't need drama. It doesn't need constant reassurance. It chooses to stay. Most men sabotage this phase by becoming complacent or controlling. They mistake stability for entitlement. But the men who understand polarity know this. You remain grounded. You remain selective. You remain present without collapsing into routine. And there is one final layer. The layer where attraction turns into emotional devotion. Not obsession, not dependence, but a deep sense of alignment that feels inevitable. That's the level most people never reach. And that's exactly where we're going next. At this level, attraction is no longer a reaction. It's a decision that feels natural. There's no chasing here, no proving, no fear of loss. Desire has matured into alignment. The compliments in this final layer don't try to influence emotion. They reflect reality. They don't create devotion. They acknowledge it. I don't feel the need to replace this. This is one of the strongest statements a man can make. It's not exclusivity. It's not attachment. It's contentment without complacency. You're saying the connection stands on its own, without comparison, without hunger, and nothing signals value more than the absence of searching. You fit into my life without forcing your way in. This compliment communicates harmony. You're not reshaping your world around her. She's integrating into it naturally. That signals strength, structure, and self-respect. Devotion grows where there is space, not sacrifice. I choose you, not because I need to, but because it makes sense. This line is grounded, adult, unemotional in the best way. It frames commitment as clarity, not emotion-driven impulse. When someone feels chosen from clarity, they feel secure without feeling owned. That's devotion without pressure. I trust what we're building. Trusting the process is more powerful than praising the present. This compliment looks forward without promise making. It shows confidence in direction, not outcome. And confidence in direction creates long-term polarity. You don't distract me from my purpose. You support it. This is where respect and desire merge. You're saying she adds to your trajectory, not replaces it. No man should abandon purpose for connection, and no connection should compete with purpose. When alignment exists here, devotion stabilizes. I'm not afraid of losing you, and I don't want to. This is balance. You're not attached. You're not indifferent. You're present by choice, and choice is the foundation of real loyalty. Here's the final truth. The most powerful compliments are not spoken early. They emerge naturally when attraction has evolved. Men fail because they rush devotion before structure. They offer emotional depth before emotional safety. They give commitment before polarity. But when you move through the layers correctly, curiosity, imprint, anchoring, stability, alignment, desire doesn't fade, it settles. And settled desire is quiet, strong, unshakable. It doesn't need to be fed constantly. It doesn't demand reassurance. It stays because it wants to. That's not manipulation. That's mastery of self, because the man who creates devotion is the man who never needed it to feel complete. And that's what makes him unforgettable.